Aditya chart calculator is up and ready for you all to go get your Adityas. Simply go to your browser and type in astrology-videos.com. And on the right-hand side of the menu, you'll see the Aditya calculator. If you're on a cell phone, just click on the menu icon, and this will be towards the bottom of a very long menu. After we get on it, we have our Aditya chart calculator. I'm just going to put some random thing, Mr. Aditya, born right now in Fort Collins, Colorado. Why not? So after you type your data in, always verify that it's your correct birth time, date, and place, and correct city, okay? And then we can continue, and we've got the Aditya chart calculator here, or the Aditya chart. I decided to use a square format rather than the round format I've been showing on the videos. I used the round format on the videos just to show the equinoxes and solstices relevant to the circle. Here I'm showing the equinoxes and the solstices relevant to the square Indian chart, but this is not the same exactly, okay? When you look at the south in the chart, this box right here where Saturn is Aries, where Rahu is Taurus, and so on. We want to forget about that. That's not correct, okay? Saturn is not in Taurus tropically or sidereally in this chart, okay? What we've done is, if you look at these darker lines here, and the darker lines here going, up, down, and left, right, those darker lines are the solstices. And the first Aditya starts before the solstice, and that's Data. The second Aditya is after the solstice, that's Aryama. So basically, I simply put the Adityas relevant to the solstices. The reason I decided to use the square style chart is because I like it better than the round chart. It'll be easier for Vedic astrologers to adapt to, and because of how we'll be using the Adityas in the Aditya course, the square chart is simply going to work better than a round circle chart. Okay, so this is no longer Aries. This is now Data. If you had a tropical chart, Saturn would be over here where Venus is. And in the sidereal chart, Saturn would probably still be there, or though maybe it would be over here where normally sidereal Aquarius would be. So forget all that. Just use it based on how you see it, where we've got the solstices and equinoxes. With this being the equinox, this is your spring equinox up here in the top of the chart. And this is your summer solstice on the right of the chart, your autumnal equinox on the bottom of the chart, and the winter solstice on the left of the chart. Okay? Down at the bottom, I've also put, so it does show the house cusps. These are house cusps based on the Campania's house system. For now, you can just ignore those unless you've learned how to use that. But they're there for those who know how to use them. Down at the bottom, I give the Aditya, I give the Rishi, the Gandharva, the Apsara, the Naga, the Yaksha, and the Rakshasa for each of the 30-degree arcs. So these are the beings that travel with the different Adityas, okay? In the videos I'm doing on YouTube right now, I'm covering the Aditya and Rishi. I'm not getting into the symbology of all these other beings, okay? That'll be dealt with at a later time. Right now, I just want people to get used to the Aditya and Rishis, which are sort of I think, the more powerful, obvious influences of the Adityas, with, of course, the Aditya itself being a really critical, important one. Now, what's in this table is from the Srimad Bhagavatam. Different sources give some different names for the different apsaras or the different yakshas, whatever, for different for the same Aditya. So you will see some variations. The one in Srimad Bhagavatam is not perfect. There's definitely some transcribing error in those. For instance, in the apsaras, Srimad Bhagavatam, gives Ramba for Varuna and also gives Ramba for Vishnu. So it gives Ramba twice. That's not correct. That'll all be sorted out when I start teaching the classes. Right now in this table, though, We just have what's in the Srimad Bhagavatam. So I don't recommend you, I mean, you can play with those, but realize that there are some discrepancies that aren't sorted out in this table. Okay? I just wanted to go with the Srimad Bhagavatam translation for now in this. Because all in all, it's the better arrangement, I feel, than what the other Puranas are giving. As always in things Vedic astrology, there are some contradictions that we have to resolve. All right, so there you have your chart calculators. Now you can follow along and just read your Aditya, find your Rishi, and follow along on the courses. And I hope to teach the class or follow along on the YouTube videos and pick up a few things as I look at politicians' charts and stuff. And I hope to start the Aditya class at the very end of March or the very beginning of April. Okay. Thank you very much. And I really hope everyone enjoys jumping into this really old system of symbology from India.